Real Madrid defeat Espanyol on La Liga match day 5, and here with a huge win for Real Madrid, not conceding a goal this match. I think this is their third clean sheet, I want to believe, this season. And here with two goals, or a goal from EDER MILITAO in the beginning. What a strike from him, and then the amazing goal as well. Two amazing goals for Real Madrid tonight. The second one being KYLIAN Mbappe. Here with the lineups we have here. Courtois and goal didn't really have to do much this game. Few grabs, but then Espanyol had a few counterattacks that they could have maybe tried to put in the back of the net, but they end of the day they couldn't. Suarez, for me, he's just been superior for Real Madrid. Such a key player, has started every single match since his arrival. Huge key factor Real Madrid. EDER Militao, great strike, probably one of the best goals this year so far. With Raul Asensio getting his finally his first start for Real Madrid after being benched from Xavi. He hasn't played for like three straight games in La Liga, for finally starting after Dean Huijsen's red card against who they go against Real Sociedad. Carvajal on the right back. I feel like Carvajal was really superb on the right back. I think Trent's injury. He's of course he's gonna be the man for the job. He's starting over Trent, but for me, I think he's slowly getting back to the rhythm that he was before his ACL tear. Vinicius Jr. got to start this year with a lot of complaints saying that he should be starting week in and week out. Personally, for me, um, I think Madrid's in a situation where they should be happy with rotating the squad. They're not forced to with injuries or anything like that. They have a choice of choosing two amazing people in one position. And for me personally, last season, Vinny was, for me, not very good for Real Madrid. It's fine to rotate the squad here and there. That's for me, that's normal. For me, that's a plus. I don't know why people are really hating with that. Chouameni with a fed in the midfield. Massa Franco, for me, he's getting better every game he is for Real Madrid. So I was really happy with his performance. Really happy with his performance that game. Gonzalo Garcia gets his first start, his first um, for in La Liga, and he doesn't do much. It's kind of hard when you have pretty much three other attackers in there. Um, I feel like he would have been better if, let's say, if Mbappe or Vini was on the left with him as a main with Franco on the right. But he's finally gets first start slowly and slowly. I'm sure he'll get into his rhythm and bagging goals because Madrid need a proper number 9, and for me, he's the man of the job for it. Uh, yeah, people got something Arda Güler, Brahim Diaz, Rodrigo, Bellingham, and Camavinga after they came back from injury. And for this match, honestly, I was pretty happy. The match started pretty attacking wise. Both teams were going back and forth. Madrid had the more chances of pushing up more. One thing I hate about most of these La Liga games, especially against Real Madrid, is teams tend to stay back. So it gives Madrid just a couple the situations where they just keep on passing, and not able to get it to the box and not able to shoot. And if there's a shot, it would be a corner. It would, you know, someone would lose the ball and it would just start over all again. That's one thing I hate about. You don't really see that much in the Premier League. In La Liga mainly, I see that all the time. Teams dropping back and then they try to get into the box and it's just not possible. And the whole it recycles all the time. And that was happening. Militao decided not to do that and is banging it straight in, which is huge. And then Mbappe in the straight after halftime decides to get that second goal. For me, I think Madrid played pretty well. I think they're getting better every game. It's a new formation Madrid were doing with you know, uh, having four attackers and dropping Arda, who needs some rest. I'll be fine if they drop Mbappe for small games. I know they have a game on Tuesday against Osasuna. Um, as you know, if there's a single player in this team that you shouldn't bench, besides Courtois, goalkeeper, attack like midfield attacking defensive wise, is Mbappe. He's their best player without a doubt, and you need. People are saying if Vinny can get dropped, why can't Mbappe? Mbappe is the best player in Real Madrid attacking wise. Um, and Vinny hasn't really shown it. He has glimpses, sure, that's fine, but he hasn't shown it since the Champions League winning year. And Mbappe has been showing it, is scoring the goals, is getting the plays. Sure, he's probably not his best, but he is Madrid's best. So, um, out of anyone there, and people complaining saying Vinny is fighting a spot for a a player like Rodrigo is performing better than Vinny, and people just, of course, the past matters. He was key on Real Madrid's 2 Champions League wins. But he's just not the Vinny that you. And it's fine rotating the squad. It's more of a positive. I don't know why fans are getting mad. Like let's say a Barca situation. Barca were at that, like 2 years ago. They were forced to use their bench. They forced to use the academy. Madrid last year were forced to play with players out of position. Were forced to use academy players. Now Madrid, or they're not forced to do anything. Madrid, or you're willing to. You're able to move around the squad, move around players. You have a bench that's superb, and rotation is key for longevity. So I just hate that narrative that fans are getting mad for stuff like that. Like you see the stack team already. You put in an Arda, Ibrahim Diaz, or Rodrigo, a Jude Bellingham, a Camavinga. I don't see a problem with that. It's even remove Chiomandi, put Bellingham, remove Fede, put on Arda, mix around whatever. It still works the exact same way. Um, I think it's more of a positive than negative. Of course, everyone wants to play, and that's fine. But when you have a superstar team, including the bench, you're gonna have to use it. Other players that didn't even get into the game. You have David Alaba, you have Fran Garcia, Denis Ceballos, and Endrick. Like it's just good, important players. Depth is way important for him. One injury, and at least you have a backup. For me, I think that's just more. Um, we can look at for the Barcelona game for tomorrow. Actually, let's check the Newcastle match. Something like Barcelona. Here, you see the lineup: no Lamine Yamal. You know, depth is important. You have a Dani Olmo, Casado, Eric Garcia, Ferran Torres, Christensen. Um, the rest of the bench really, I guess, lacks less. I mean, it's just really academy players. But Real Madrid's entire bench is European winners, European superstars, league title winners, everything. Um, Barcelona's team. Not saying they are, but you still have like players like Dani Olmo hasn't really done. He's won DFB Pokal at Dortmund or at Leipzig. Casado, academy player. Um, Kubarsi, he's academy. Gerard Martin, academy player. For me, academy player that hasn't won much. But obviously, I'm not saying they're bad, but they're gonna evolve and become top players. But Madrid are in a way different situation where they have less academy players and more of superstar. So you shouldn't be worried of rotating the squad. That's how I think, and I don't know why really fans are really getting angry about that. Next match they play on Tuesday pretty soon. I'm not sure why there are games on Tuesday. I'm not sure if it's just Real Madrid or entire La Liga, but I thought it was for Copa del Rey, but it's not. So the first thing is Levante. 300, especially like if you take out the injuries, you also have Trent, Rudiger, and Mendy. That is crazy for Real Madrid at the moment. This match they are away. What place are Levante in right now? They were losing every game until recently. They are 14th. Do you risk playing bench players? That's the one thing. I'm just talking about uh, rotation. I'd be fine really to see Ibrahim start, and Endrick start, a Gonzalo start, a Rodrigo start. I think that's something Madrid should do this match. The players that started this match, give them a little break and start. Rodrigo, Ibrahim, Gonzalo up top, maybe an Endrick up top with the center back. Dean Hoyson's coming back, so you can put him in there. I say give Raul Asensio another shot. I feel like he was pretty well this match. Um, he's a good defender. He just needs to get back to his rhythm. But play him there. Play a Fran Garcia. Um, just play a Lunin. The Lunin deserves a game. He deserves a shot. So this is a game where um they should be able to rotate players, and then God forbid anything happens, sub in Vinny, sub in Mbappe, sub in Franco, sub in maybe it's another game Franco should start in. It's a smaller team. Um, he can start, like, you just get these players comfortable, get these players minutes. That's what I think. But hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.